Today we are at Costco to pick up a Dell Alienware that is $1,700, which sounds kind of expensive, but maybe there's something we're missing.
So we're at Costco. Of course, we got to see what kind of deals they may have, or maybe lack of deals. And when we saw this laptop, we just had to make our video on it to see, is it actually a decent deal, or is it typical Alienware overpriced stuff? We'll find out after a word from today's sponsor.
Before you go spending hundreds of dollars upgrading your PC that's starting to show its age, have you ever considered that it may not actually be the hardware inside of your PC? On the software side of things, it's no doubt that Windows 11 is getting harder and harder to run every single time they pump out one of those new bloat-heavy updates. So to free up some system resources, you should try out Windows 11 LTSC. LTSC is the cleaner version of Windows 11. It cuts out all that background tasks eating up your RAM and other system resources, and you can use today's video sponsor GVGMall to activate that Windows 11 LTSC license too. You can use the link in the description down below and head on over to GVGMall's website, find the version of Windows 11 LTSC that you want, and add it to your cart. At checkout, you can use our discount code TB20 to bring that Windows 11 LTSC key down to $17. And for those wanting LTSC support for even longer, consider downloading the Enterprise version for an extra $10. From here, you'll take your activation key that's digitally sent to you, head on over to the activation settings in Windows, copy and paste that key, and then from there, you are ready to game, work, and do so much more on a bloatware-free version of Windows 11. Thanks GVGMall for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it.
So a little spoiler alert, we're actually doing a full Costco gaming setup, which is in the cart right now, but we decided we needed an actual PC or laptop, and we realized we've never reviewed this exact spec config from Alienware. We kind of see why. It's $1,700, and that seems like a lot for getting 16 gigs of DDR5, and honestly, NVIDIA is almost entry-level GPU. We want to see if there's something we're missing, and we kind of need to buy it for our setup.
And we've been to Costco before for like Black Friday deals. We bought pre-built desktops and things like that, but we actually haven't gone here to buy gaming laptops. So again, the price on paper does not look amazing, but it is an Alienware. Normally they do decent with build quality, but then they also mark it up because of the Alienware name. So we wanted to buy this for our gaming setup video, which you can watch that video, hit the eye in the top right corner. But we want to test this thing thoroughly in its own video to see where the pros and cons are, what the thermals are like and everything, and well, just see what kind of return we can get. And he's doing the webcam test live.
Oh my goodness.
I just wanted to see it.
Not bad.
Not bad in the Costco store. Good lighting, good everything. So we just gotta find somebody to get the laptop.
Yeah, that's always fun. And then we gotta see if it really is this price, which we'll keep you guys updated on.
After waiting for a Costco employee to get us our laptop, we are now headed back to Toasty Bros HQ to see if there's any value in this Alienware gaming laptop.
So we just got back from Costco and we are full from the food court, but we have this $16.99 Dell Alienware, which crazy enough, that was the cheapest gaming laptop that they had at Costco.
Which is surprising, but also not surprising. Normally during the holidays is when they carry more of their systems, so we're kind of buying at an awkward time. I would imagine maybe with back to school sales, they may start carrying more laptops a little bit cheaper, but in terms of gaming, with a graphics card, this is the cheapest gaming laptop you can get, and we just gotta see what it's all about. It's Alienware, you know, normally there is that markup, but you know, it's from Costco, so you know, you got good customer support and everything. If you want to return it, you have a good policy as well there. It is, again, with a Ryzen 7 CPU, specifically that Ryzen 7 260 and an RTX 5060, only 16 gigs of DDR5 memory. We got to see if that's single or dual channel, and a 1 terabyte SSD.
Now, one thing we know, because we looked at a similar model of Alienware a while back, it was the cheapest laptop that they sell.
Is there an oil spill in here? Oh! What?
There's no way the pizza did that, right?
Smelling pizza?
That smells like fish.
What's the
fish oil? My hands are wet.
What is that?
I don't know.
Where was this sitting? Was this sitting on the
We
pizza?
did have pizza on top of it, I think. So Jonah put it there. I watched him.
That's the only place it could go.
But like, how did he? Oh wait, it just kind of slip up. But how did he get through?
Feel the bottom. No, it looks fine.
How?
Let's just wipe it off real quick. So.
I'm so confused. That thing was, I don't know how they got through that, leaving like a big oil stain on the outside though. The top.
Did you notice? Wait, which side is it? One of the
This
sides
is the bottom. What happened to this laptop? So one way or another, we can't definitively say if it was our fault or for some reason Alienware shipped a greasy laptop, but that was sus. I didn't even notice the bottom of it. I just saw the inside. You want to see the stickers? There were stickers in there.
That is strange how like.
It's just, it didn't go through. Like, there had to be
Oh wait, you can see little residuals.
But
I mean, it could have came like
But
that.
from where? I'm so confused.
Yeah, just like alien stickers. Okay, Alienware, cool.
And then
cool.
Power Brick, what we got?
It's probably gonna be wet.
It's trying to be oily for whatever reason.
Let's see, we have a 180 watt Dell power adapter with the little Mickey Mouse ear.
Now, if I open this up and there's oil on the screen, something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. Alienware, you did something. But let's go ahead and open it up. See if we have power here. But again, this is a 15.3 inch laptop, which is an interesting form factor.
Yeah, okay, so what I was saying before we noticed the DD Oil laptop was We did review, I don't know if it was the same model, but we did review a 50/50 version. Yes. And that was expensive too. I mean, I remember that was, it was
$1,000 something. I think it's $1,200 now. At the time, I think it was $1,000. Now it is, I believe, around $1,200. We'll put it on screen here. It's one you can buy readily available from Amazon. It was the cheapest new Alienware laptop you could buy at the time. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that they would sell a 5060 laptop this expensive, to be honest. It's booting up. That 1 terabyte SSD is going to get us there. Jonah made the comment where with the display model that it was using like 10 gigs of RAM within Windows already, which is pretty funny. It sucks because there's actually laptop manufacturers, because of the RAM shortage, they're shipping laptops with just 8 gigs that are gaming laptops nowadays, which is rough, especially with the bloatware they put on these things. It'd be different if they optimize these things.
All right, let's go ahead and get through the setup, see what we're working with.
All right, guys, so we have this laptop booted up, and look at that. We're using 7 gigs of RAM currently, and McAfee is installed. Talk about that in just a second. So CPU, Ryzen 7 260, 8-core 16-thread. We have our 16 gigs of single-channel DDR5 memory at 5,600 mega transfers per second. Mega transfers per second. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. We have a PVC-10 SK Hynix 1 terabyte SSD. It's actually a little short drive, 780M graphics, which are there for the iGPU when we're not using our dedicated GPU, which is an RTX 5060 with 8 gigs of VRAM. McAfee is installed. Yay. We want to get rid of this, obviously. It's using up precious resources. We want to get rid of it. I will say, first impressions, we are in studio lighting, but the screen is quite dim. We are currently at max brightness, and it isn't the brightest screen in the world. This is kind of on dark mode, so we'll see what's like in actual gaming scenarios. And I guess we need to go over the ports before we do our webcam test.
Now for the port selection, starting off with the right side, we have a combo headphone jack and then a USB Type-C that is 5 gigabit per second. And then going to the left side of the laptop where most of the ports live, we have another USB Type-C, but this one is actually a Gen 3.2 at 10 gigabit, and it can also do display out. And then we get 2 USB Type-A's that are Gen 3.2, and those are 5 gigabit per second. We have an HDMI out, and then we have a Ethernet.
And the charging port. Okay, guys, it's time for the webcam test, and then we will get to gaming on this thing.
This is what it saw when the pizza was coming through it.
Hey guys, so Jonah is above the camera currently.
He's like trembling.
He's trembling. You guys see the camera. It looks like a normal gaming laptop camera. Nothing to write home about, but it does the job. It has a little light that's up here, a little activity light right there. Let's see what the noise suppression is like. 3, 2, 1. Ah!
Alright guys, so we are on the Alienware laptop, the slightly better version than that very first cheapest one that we took a look at. And, you know, there's some pretty big issues out of the gate, which this is rare, but we are running the game 1920 by 1200 pretty much maxed out because this game honestly runs in about anything. The big issue that we're having is, number one, there's a couple of little QC issues. Like, I noticed that the touchpad, it has like 2 clicks to it. It has like 1 minor click and then like the big click that actually goes off. I did notice that parts of the shell are like a little bit creaky, almost like if you ever watched the car videos when they're moving the plastics around. I can get past all that because at the end of the day, it's a gaming laptop. They're kind of gimmicky. The speaker though, on the right side here, and you can put up against your ear and tell it's the speaker, has some really bad, just random crackling. There's no real like rhyme or reason on when it happens because sometimes the thing's not even playing audio and it's just cracking. Like you can tell they're both working fine, but then randomly you'll just hear just out of the speaker.
It's really random. We noticed it a good amount when we were doing the actual Costco setup video, which is separate from this, and I ended up swapping the audio to the headphones so we didn't have to deal with it afterwards. But yeah, it's a bit annoying. We don't really know what's going on. We will do our normal teardown where we show you guys what the upgrade options are like under this laptop, and then we'll take a closer look at that speaker and see if there's any like obvious defects going on there. But
if we can fix it, we will. If we're lucky, it's just the speaker, and that's not a huge deal to replace. They're usually cheap, but the downside is it is a brand new laptop, and we shouldn't have to even think about doing that.
You shouldn't have to do that if you're buying it, so.
But, you know, and I know from the start, we already kind of said, we already felt like this was a little expensive. We're definitely not Alienware shills. We never have been. We're not huge Razer, Alienware guys. Like, we know you're paying for the brand a lot of times, and I do feel like there's definitely better 5060 laptops out there for the price.
I know this is running the performance profile because it auto did that. So there's Alienware software that's built in, which will auto detect what game you're launching and switch the profile. We're not really maxing out the GPU, so it's only running at like 57 watts, 62 watts.
Pretty low too. Look at the CPU.
That is pretty low. I know some higher end laptops with 5060s that can get 100 plus watts, so that's quite low. The FPS is still fine, so it's not like it's suffering too bad.
And he's suffering. The FPS is pretty solid actually. I mean, and it looks good too. The screen, although it's dim, it looks, what are these sweaty people doing, man? The screen definitely looks nice. The colors are vibrant. A decent IPS panel is how to describe it.
But no, it's more of a dim display. In a normal environment that's not studio lighting, it'll probably be okay. But we will be trying some higher end games as well, because Apex, it's obvious. Apex can run on a lot of stuff, so this is a pretty easy test for it, just to test the high refresh rate nature of it on higher details. It's probably insane if you look at this exact spec online. There are some places it sells for $2,000, which is like, that's
really?
pretty wild.
$2,000?
Yes. And I'm wondering, it's one of those where I think if you buy it from Dell specifically, it's like $2K, but then they have this model sold at Costco, undercut. Anything that's at Costco is gonna be a little bit less than what you buy online, but it doesn't mean that discounted price is still a good price.
So there's Apex Legends. I mean, hey, it runs great, and maybe we'll get that fixed. Let's go to another game.
All right, guys, we are now in 007 First Light, a more demanding AAA title, running the native resolution of 1920 by 1200. This time, this is actually my first time testing a 50 series GPU on this game. You actually get some frame gen. So we're gonna try 2x frame gen on the balanced super resolution setting with settings set to high. So we're actually taking advantage of higher details, but with some frame gen and upscaling. Let's see what this runs like. There we go. It's looking smooth. I'm gonna go practice with my friends, as in beat them up, and we can show you guys some benchmark numbers. But this is running pretty good. Single player game, I would definitely consider running frame gen, 100 plus FPS, temperature's good, VRAM about 6 gigs.
This looks so cracked on mouse and keyboard.
It does. You know what, actually I started on keyboard, oh goodness. I started on controller, and then I've been doing this recently on keyboard and mouse, and I might switch when I continue to play this game. I think it's a lot better, even though people online were saying it's not, so I don't agree.
You know who's saying that, Matt? Console
Yeah,
plugs.
I think so. Sorry,
What
buddy.
a friendly match.
Sorry, buddy, I cracked your skull. Push up, push up.
You could never do that on controller.
Never. And we go. Let's go a long way. And and you even get 4x frame gen if you want to. I think that's really where frame gen thrives, is with these like 50 series laptops, because you can get a 5060, run some frame gen, and as long as you're okay with the latency you do get from it, you'll have a much better FPS experience, and you can do that to people. Something like that. Yeah, this is very smooth. No microsettings or anything. The 1% low is 89.
It's good. Colors are really nice on this monitor.
Yeah.
It's dark, but like it looks good.
Very, very solid display for sure. And it looks like GPU-wise, we're kind of topping off at like 78 watts. So that's probably what you expect, worst case scenario, from this 5060. Goodbye. And disarmed. And then
I love playing games with my friends.
I love a three-way. Get off me! I want you.
Don't touch me.
Oh. Yeah, you want more? Oh! All right, last one, boys. Hiya! Hiya!
I think this says ECT trained.
This is how ZTT trained, by the way. Y'all can ask him during Thirsty Thursday. And look at that, 123 average, 1% low of 92. Not too bad. Let's try a couple more.
All right, guys, we thought it'd be fun to play a little Forza. This kind of is going back to our Costco setup video where we used a controller. Playing natively on the laptop screen looks pretty nice. Right now, we're actually, dude, the cars, man, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, there's like a weird effect going on.
The bots, they ain't right. But we're running the native res, but we are using some upscaling. So we have DLSS on set to quality. No frame gen at the moment. We do know frame gen will probably get us double. We are using high plus ray tracing as well. The one thing I do notice that it could totally be always like this, I've just never noticed, but there's some weirdness going on with like the roll cage there. Let me get like a different view. I mean, I don't see anything weird anywhere else. It's just that roll cage. So I'm just gonna chalk it up to like it either always is like that or there's something weird with like the upscaling. So we'll just throw frame gen on just to show you guys. Frame gen can be pretty worth it for games like this. On 2x.
7x frame gen.
7x frame gen. So here's 2x. 2x Tony. And as you can see, much smoother. And we're really taking advantage of that refresh rate, which by the way, I forgot. What is the refresh rate of this?
I think it's a 165 hertz.
165?
165.
165 hertz,
Yep.
and it is obviously the 16x10.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely not bad. I mean, we got that 50 series, so we got that good DLSS, the latest and greatest, and we got that good upscaling. We still have that speaker crackling that we hate, but we're gonna see if we can get to the bottom of it when we open it up. We're speaking of opening it up. Now that we've played a few games on it, and it's got the approval for gaming, let's just see if it's got the quality control when we open it up and see what the upgradability is on it too.
Okay guys, so we tore down this Alienware laptop to maybe figure out what's wrong with the speaker and also see what kind of upgrade options this laptop has. Removing the backplate is very simple. You just remove all these screws all the way around the laptop, then pry at a corner in the back, comes off very easy. Shout out to Alienware for making this very easy to open up. As you guys can see on the inside, we have our very tiny little Gen 4 NVMe, which if you look at it at an angle, is actually lifted up pretty high, kind of an awkward angle. I don't know if it's supposed to look like this or not, but something to keep in mind. Underneath this little cover on the right side, you also get access to another RAM slot where our 1 stick of memory currently resides, and you can add another stick to upgrade very easily. And looking at the speakers, there was nothing super noticeable of potential damage. I did notice the right side one that was doing some crackling noise is a little bit looser than the other, so I don't really know if that's the case. Jackson took a look at it as well, and you can tell there's a wire that runs all the way across that connects the two speakers. Very well could be an issue with one of the wires, but in terms of just an obvious, wow, this looks broken, we're not really seeing it. Y'all can let us know down below if you see anything different, but in terms of teardown, very straightforward, but this laptop has definitely left a lot to be desired.
So the Alienware laptop definitely had some problems along the way. Now the good news is we think we actually have the speaker issue fixed, but it sucks because we don't really know what was wrong. All I did was just kind of take them out, jiggle them around a little bit, replugged everything in. They seem fine now, but obviously it's scary because that could just happen any day now. At the end of the day, we think that it's a little bit expensive, but everything is going up in price. So maybe this thing's actually somewhat adequately priced.
Really just depends on what we think the max should be for a 5060 laptop. It's Alienware plus 5060, that's gonna be more expensive, but then you also think Costco is more affordable, so it is kind of a double whammy on what we're getting here in terms of bang for buck, but we did run 3D Mark Time Spy to get a Semper Point score.
So let us know down below what you think of this Alienware. Is it overpriced and maybe you have found some much better deals on some new 50 series laptops, or is it actually not too bad and we just aren't in touch with the times?
And that score ended up being a total score of 9,336 with a CPU score of 9,021 and a GPU score of 9,394, which results in a 17 Semper Point score. Definitely not the best bang for buck when it comes to this gaming laptop.
But we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
This laptop may be for sale at PCBros.tech. We're gonna have to do some testing on it, make sure it's good to go, but make sure you check out PC Bros. We got laptops and PCs.
PCBros.tech, whether you're looking for a gaming laptop, a desktop, or a full gaming setup, you can come to our store in person in Louisville, Kentucky, or shop online today. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% of your next purchase. See you guys later. Bye-bye.